Hello everyone. Today we would like to present about our assignment on decision making and negotiation for an EMBA 5 class. We are coming from group Syndicate 1. And then our group member are Aditya Shamputra, me, Arif Mujianto, and also Daniel Ridwan, Hendro Waskito, Mudafiul Haq, and also Roli Hermawan. Our scenario planning is what is the future of Putragas if power generation company switch to renewable energy. We start with company profile of Putragas. Putragas start to operate in February 23rd in 2007, and then it is focusing on natural gas transmission pipeline. Putragas own and operate transmission pipeline in more than 2,000 kilometers in 7 area, which is starting from North Sumatra, Central Sumatra, South Sumatra, West Java, East Java, and Kalimantan area. As you can see here, there are many pipelines in Indonesia, which is mainly transmission pipeline, which is in the picture, and then it is served many sector, mainly for power plant, refinery, fertilizer, steel, and related industry sector. During next 5 years, Putragas will support and continue to expand the transmission pipeline for connecting Sumatra and Java transmission pipeline. And then in regards to this planning, for the sustainability, natural gas pipeline need 3 aspects, 3 components. First one is the supply itself, the second one is the pipeline, and then the third one is demand. So here, our team raised the key focal issue. We have Putragas here with more than 2,000 kilometer pipeline, and we have emerging new renewable energy, and then the key focal issue are what is the future of Putragas if power generation company switch to renewable energy. Mas Mudafiul Haq will continue with the driving force. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mas Arif. In this section, I would like to presenting the driving forces. The driving forces is things that we may call as predetermined things, that are some of them is under our control, and some others are completely outside of our control. But the both sides will play out in the story about our future, in business context, of course. Regarding to our key focal issues, as mentioned earlier by Mas Arif, we have defined the driving forces by 3 main areas. The first area is organization, the second area is transactional, and the wider area is contextual. The driving forces factors by organization is covering company's vision and mission, management's capability, asset utilization, operation and cost efficiency, employee excellence, subsidiaries business streamline, and project economic scale. The driving forces from organization apparently is within our control. For instance, the management performance from year 1 to year 10 is under our control and may take action to change the situation if it is necessary. The second area is by transactional. The driving forces from this area is cover customer or buyer demand, vendor support, stakeholder assignment, policymaker, labor workforce, landowner, and competitor. For instance, the demand of our services within the next 10 years from now is more or less predetermined by the number of our customers by today. And the last one, and the third area is contextual. This area is far outside from our control and it's cover government regulation on renewables, the renewable energy technology advancement, gas and renewable availability and market price, coal-based methane development, GDP growth and distribution, green energy, carbon reduction commitment, population demography, And the last one is completion of 35,000 megawatt power project. To see how uncertainty and how important those driving forces, we have formulated in the diagram that we can show you in the next slide. As we have mentioned earlier, we have total 23 elements or factor of driving forces. And from those two numbers, we have put the two highest from its uncertainty and its impact. These two factors are government regulation and technology development. Why? Because the government is usually changed within 5 years in our democratic system, and they may bring different situation or scenario based on their capability to capture the issues, and they put it into their regulation that roll out and affect our business process. The second one is technology advancement. The speed of technology development today is so massive. For instance, 10 years ago, we may never think of how object driver can drive the SME businesses as we see today. But because of the technology, the business culture today is changed very rapidly. Based on that, we believe that by 10 years later, we may face the same technology advancement that may lead to our businesses problem in future. To see what things will come up caused by those two factors, we have developed scenario based on the regulation and the technology advancement. And the scenario will be presented by our friend Mas Hendro. Please, Mas Hendro, the speaker is yours.
Thank you, Mas Davi. We already had two critical uncertainty. First is government regulation on renewable energy that is represented here by horizontal axis. And second is renewable energy technology advancement that is represented here by vertical axis. Then we create four scenarios that may happen in 10 years. First scenario is a strong opponent. Here, government regulation on renewable energy shows high support, and renewable energy technology advancement is high. We can see large-scale and distributed renewable energy infrastructure in many places, and the cost of renewable energy is significantly decreased. We also see reliable and higher capacity on energy storage technology, such as battery and hydrogen electrolysis technology. Government will limit fossil fuel usage in power plant, and the price of the gas is significantly reduced so that oil and gas project will become less economical and gas scarcity exists. The second scenario is worthy contender. In this scenario, the government regulation on renewable shows high support, but the advancement of renewable energy technology is slow. Renewable energy will has high LCOA, but since the government support the renewable energy, it become available to segmented market. The government will issue policies to spread out the beneficial of renewable energy and regulation to control CO2 emission and fossil fuel usage. The third scenario is silent killer, where there is low support from government and advancement of renewable energy technology is fast. Here, large capacity of renewable energy becomes an available option, and the cost of renewable energy is decreased. GOE has small concern about green environment, and there is also resistance from oil and gas industry against renewable energy. Affordable renewable energy become available on selected market. The price of gas is in risk because government may alter policies in short time. The last scenario is the underdog, where there is low support from government and the advancements of renewable energy technology is slow. Here, renewable energy technology is still unreachable and has high LCOA. The government prioritizes the cheapest cost of energy, and gas will remain as one of the main sources of energy. Gas demand from power sector will highly grow, and unconventional oil and gas recovery will emerge. Okay, there are four scenarios. And then what is the implication to Putragas, and what option does Putragas has to deal with this scenario? Mas Roli will explain about them. Go ahead, Mas Roli.
Thank you, Mas Davi and Mas Hendro, for scenario explanation, since this part lays the foundation upon how our group will build our argument in the next slides. Now we will move on to the next theme, which is option consideration, which consists with two main parts. The first part is the implication that incur based on the existing scenario to Putragas. And the second part is the options available for Putragas to act as a response to prepare themselves for the incoming implications. Without further ado, we will start from the first quadrant, which is the strong opponent. In this quadrant, we estimate there will be four major implications which may incur, followed by certain options available for Putragas could do to manage the implied effect. Implication number one is the decreasing of gas demand, since customer or industry now they will have another options for energy source other than gas, which is renewable energy. This implication will hit hard upon Putragas, since its main operation is gas distribution. Therefore, the option that Putragas should consider are: the first one is to support policy to develop renewable energy at underdeveloped gas infrastructure. Second one is expansion to petrochemical and methanol industry. And the last one, strategic partnership with power producer in industrial park or estate. Implication number two is underutilization of existing gas pipeline, which is obvious, which may incur if the end-to-end customer or industry will prefer renewable energy rather than gas, as currently distributed through gas pipeline owned by Putragas. The option could be considered is to convert pipeline utilization to hydrogen or water transmission or even storage. Implication number 3 and 4 under this quadrant are closely related. They are decreasing gas supply and the significant revenue loss. To deal with these implications, we would propose that Putragas should start from now to develop new market based on existing asset, which is mainly pipeline, as well as to promote and develop operation efficiency mechanism, which will lead into financial efficiency and eventually increasing Putragas competitiveness to other competitors. Now, we move on to the second quadrant and we mark it with a question mark, worthy contender. Under this quadrant, our group identified three major implications which Putragas should consider. They are: implication number one, the price of gas can be considered as a stagnant, in which this situation is already incurred, as per today, due to the release of Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources Decree number 8, year 2020, which limit the price of domestic gas at $6 per MMBTU at plant gate. Refer to this first implication, Putragas could consider the following options. The first one is to support domestic gas allocation policy, and the second is to secure long-term contract. Implication number two, with the underdevelopment of renewable, means there are still underdeveloped potential of renewable market which could penetrated by Putragas. This condition is also aligned with the third implication our group identified, which is the slower growth of gas demand in the end market. To face with these challenges, certain options could be taken by Putragas. The first is to increase market capitalization to strengthen Putragas' position as the market leader for gas distribution to end market, which is customer or industry. And the second part is Purtagas to conduct strategic partnership or investment with renewable industry or stakeholders before they reach their quote-unquote maturity period, in which it will be quite hard for Putragas in terms of involvement and especially investment fund availability. For the next two quadrants will be explained by my colleague Aditya Syamputra.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rolly, for those strong opponent and worthy contenders. So we are going for another two. First one, what we call is the silent killer, and the other one is the underdog. So we're going for the silent killer first. So the first one, this is the condition, the scenario when we have low government regulation of renewable energy, but on the other hand, we have really good technical for renewable energy outfit development. So the implication for us, it's going to be a free trade competition between gas and renewable. So it's going to be quite risky because we have to, on the same time, we have to have head-to-head with renewable energy, but on the our side, we are still being supported by the government. So the first one, we have to make our operational efficiency to increase our competitive edge, and we have to improve our customer engagement. And there is also service innovation that we have like entry schemes, entry exit scheme. And the other hand, because we are on the supporting from the government, we have to make a barrier that we have to all do the same with renewable energy from the local quantity. So we need to propose the same final quantity, the local quantity to renewable energy development, and we have to support free trade allocation for renewable and retail consumer and gas for industry. So that's gonna be for the silent killer. And then we have also the underdog. This is the scenario that we are supposed to be. I mean, the way that renewable energy is very low and government regulation still unreachable for renewable energy. This is our position to expand the market. So the applications in between is, first one is going to be the business is as usual for gas and transmission business. And then we have strong company position. And then we have to also considering the interest carbon emission. So the first one is we have to excel our operational and high capital investment because we have a lot of market. We have a lot of what we call the price is quite good for us. And then we have to adapt with the digitalization and IoT. And we need to expand our gas infrastructure to develop new market. And on the other hand, because renewable energy mostly going to power market, we have to have strategic partner investment to those market. And we also have to support massive conversion into cleaner fossil energy and reducing carbon emission. This is really good opportunity to us for this one, the underdog. So after this, we were talking about the alteration will be held by Mas Daniel. Thank you.
Okay, next we are moving to the last stage in scenario planning process. Stage 5, integration of early warning signals. In this stage, early warning signals are developed for each scenario. Early warning signals are leading indicators that highlight the likelihood a scenario will emerge. So let's start from scenario number 1. Scenario number 1, silent killer. The warning signals are 1. International influence on Indonesian government. 2. Mini-scale of renewable energy power plant are being implemented widely. 3. Society awareness for renewable energy increases. 4. Startup company based on renewable energy emerge in Indonesia. 5. Technology for renewable energy are become affordable in overseas. And the last one, low electricity price due to subsidy from government Indonesia. Moving to the scenario number 2, scenario strong opponent. In this scenario, the warning signals are government will apply policy in implementation of CO2 reduction. 2. Higher portion of renewable energy in national energy mix outlook. 3. Revised RU PTL or Rencana Usaha Penyediaan Tenaga Listrik from PLN to National Electric Company to accommodate renewable energy. Number 4, implementation of surcharge fee for using fossil fuel. Number 5, mature policy for promoting renewable energy investment. 6, easy access for financing renewable energy project. And the last one, number 7, implementation of carbon trading scheme for renewable energy development. Now, Moving to scenario number 3, worthy contender. In this scenario, the warning signals are 1. Implementation of carbon price. 2. Transition of fossil fuel technology in hybrid or alternate. Number 3. Dependability of fossil fuel decreases. Number 4. Implementation for feed-in tariff and BOOT mechanism that's built on operate transfer to support renewable energy. Number 5, reduce import tax for stimulating renewable energy project. And number 6, government gives subsidy for renewable energy development. Going to the last scenario underdog, the warning signals are 1, fossil fuel still in the leading position. 2, coal still be the major player in energy mix in Indonesia. 3, no shifting on transportation sector. It means that we still use petrol or gasoline in our car. Number 4, difficulty to get funding for renewable energy project. Number 5, delayed renewable energy project. And the last one, gas price has potential to rise due to increasing demands. These are the early warning signals for each scenario. By knowing these signals and monitoring them regularly, a company can have a head start or advantage on the competition when changes in environment occur. Thus our presentation from Syndicate 1. Thank you very much.